be present is Cat Feeling, My Group, May, Up, Sarelis, Almanza, Almeida, Fierro, Luisa Cuarán. In language station, functional grammar sets the empower student to be effective and competent communicator in a variety of students and situation. Instead of memorizing abstract rules, students develop the ability to analyze how sentences are constructed and use it to meet specific communicated goals. This approach seeks to achieve comprehensive and fluently communicated competency in a language. Gut feeling is a valuable tool to reinforce our understanding of the structure and correct use of word in English through the activity. Grammatical knowledge extended is a practical and dynamic way. In addition, it will help to identify areas in which you need more practice and to gain confidence in the ability to communicate in English. This process is designed to help students notice how the grammar is used in a specific context, allows students to relate the grammar to real life situation. In addition to grammar, the gap feeling exercise also offer opportunity to practice vocabulary contextually. The gap feeling procedure has advantages in terms of practical applicability, depth, understanding, and detection of areas. However, it also has some drawbacks, reading contextualization in limiting creative expression. As with any learning approach, it is important to balance gap feeling with other techniques to achieve eye comprehension, understanding, and effective use of grammar in language learning. That is when multimodal resources such as digital presentation, videos, and animation are implemented. Next, Sarelis, please. The objective is strengthening the skill and improving the understanding and application of the grammar, vocabulary, and structure of the language in a real context. In this case, the daily routines they do it all seeks to create an interactive and applied learning environment that promotes the effective practice of grammar and vocabulary, and that allows students to improve their linguistic competency in real communication situation. Next.
Okay, the competence that students must achieve are: recognize the present simple, interpret the present simple or how to use that they must use. Okay, and demonstrate the results or the knowledge about the present simple, and finally produce the activities or the results that they achieve in this activity. Next. Learning outcome. This part is super important because we we must see that the student achieve the all results or the all learning outcome, obviously. The first is recognize the grammatical structure of the present simple in the four affirmatives. Interpret a variety of informational tests from daily routines. This is important because they must to express the daily routine, because when they interpret, the student will know how to express daily routine. Demonstrate through is the three learning account. Demonstrate in English with words and short sentences expressing themes of a daily routine. And finally, produce a list of words and sentences taking into account the grammatical structure of the present simple that are part of your new vocabulary.
Next, please. War-on Act. In the War-on Act session, we opted for the use of a short video showing the daily routines. Well, has been proven and witnessed about today's generation in that nowadays students, started from they are young to their current age, have been dealing with multimodality in their days. They are even called digital natives with virtual update processors to multimodal resource such as PlayStation, computer, and mobile phones. This has been the natural update generation. Those resources become social semiotic resources of models for their communication either. Since those models are parts of their needs, automatically if grounded into the context of learning at the school, for example, learning English. The teacher is also required to fulfill these needs with teaching them through multimodal resources, multimodal pedagogy, and certainly using multimodal resources for meaning construction. Fundamentally, will teaching English as a second or foreign language in the class. The communication which is maintained between the teacher and students and among student use not only linguistic resource but also non-linguistic resource. The use role played by semiotic resource or the linguistic ones make the nature of communication. It is always multimodal. The term multimodal in this sense portrays the situation where there are encountered the use of several modes, such as speech, body language, gesture, auditory elements, verbal expression, facial expression, music, soundtrack, writing, layout, graphics, tablets, pictures or images, photographies, 3D objects, animation or moving images, and videos. In that the use of those modes is combined, purposefully undertaken at once and functional for making meaning. Next.
Okay, the activity was based on the first gap filling activity example. Grammar focus, present simple, pronouns, verbs about daily routines. And in the following activities, gap filling is used with a context so that the students can develop a syntax competence with all the required competence and thus to help them express sentence of the daily routine in which they must put their previous knowledge into practice to help them develop a sufficient level of routinization to be able to be participated in dialogues more quickly. The activity is developed for a first level, 6th grade of high school. They will be shown an image in which the student observe and complete a sentence in the present simple affirmative. The students have to fill in the empty space, making use of the missing pronoun or verb using the image as support so that it is easy for them to complete and have a context of them they are developing. Next, please. Next, please. In the second activity, is similar to the first. They will practice everything without. They will have to organize the entire sentence, taking into account the grammatical structure of the present simple, subject, verb, and complement. Each school will note that the objective of the image is to put students in the context of the activity using multiliteracy and multimodal research. Thank you for your pay attention.